Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Leigh, and today I'm going to be walking you through 5 of my biggest workout tips, especially when it comes to our form during our workouts, whether it's at home or at the gym, to help you grow your glutes. So you're probably thinking, okay, well, you need some proof in the pudding, right? This was me in 2019, and this is me in 2022. There's a difference. So let's dive into my first tip, just a general form tip. There is something called the foot tripod. All 3 points on your foot, all 3 of these points should be engaged when you are doing your leg specific movements. And you often hear lean into your heels. I was a victim. I became a victim, but I really started falling for this trap of, okay, well, it's fine that my feet, the tops of my feet, my toes come off the ground because I'm really digging into those heels. And you guys, I did that for maybe the first year of my lifts. My back hurt. It was just not the correct form. And when I started still kind of leaning into those heels, but keeping the entire foot flat on the ground, it has a whole different impact. I swear it targets different muscles. I still feel like when I focus on this, I have to remind myself I'm still building this as a habit, but it's because I've noticed a difference in the past maybe 2 to 3 years. I'd say I've become really consistent with this. I can say this hurts like an MFer, and it has definitely built a bit of mass on this ass. So make sure you're keeping your feet flat on the ground, and if you want to dig into those heels, make sure you're just keeping your feet flat as you do so, and you'll notice some stretching in muscles that you didn't really stretch before. The next thing that I'm going to talk about, tuck your chin. Whenever you're doing your leg movements, you don't want to bend your neck forward or let your neck really fall back. You really want to keep that spine neutral. We'll talk about that a bit more later. You want to make sure that your chin is tucked and it's staying that way, because even the slightest bend forward or backward can change where you're feeling your leg specific movements entirely. So whether you're at home or whether you're in the gym, focus on keeping that chin tucked. And again, as you do movements that bring your body forward, not letting your head fall forward, and as you do movements that kind of challenge you to go, your chest or your torso might go backward, don't let your head tip backward. I'm that person who does the opposite. As I'm doing a squat, I'll go and I'll just like break my own neck as I'm trying to squat. So make sure you're tucking that chin and you're keeping it tight and tucked as you work on your legs. Tip number 3, it does have a little bit to do with keeping your chin tucked, because it helps a lot when you keep your chin tucked. Keep your chest high during your leg movements. This will help you with your core so much. And I say this because that's where I'm at right now in my fitness journey. I'll be a little vulnerable with you guys. I have a weak ass core. I do. I need to work my lower abs, and I have had to humble myself in the gym. I've had to drop my weight. I'm moving my body, which is what's important. Don't let anyone tell you different. But I did humble myself by dropping my own weight so that I could focus more on using that core. And keeping your chest up will keep your core open. Now, there's a difference in keeping your chest high and leaning backwards. Let me show you. So when your chin is tucked, it almost brings your chest up to it, so it fills that space. So you're gonna keep the chin tucked, and when the chest is high, this right here is how you're going to use your movement. And it's a great posture practice. Whenever you're at your squat rack, imagine your chest is high, your chin is tucked, and now we're going to move on to the next tip, my 4th tip, maintaining what's called a neutral spine. I am not a certified any something or other. I would love to become a CPT one day, but make sure for your nutrition advice, you're going to registered dietitians, and for your specific form advice based around your own needs, your own previous injuries, you're talking to your own physical therapist or your own personal trainers. I'm just here to tell you guys what has worked for me. So something that has worked for me is maintaining this neutral spine. I did research on my own to educate myself. What's helped me is thinking about a straight up 2x4 wooden plank, having my chin tucked, my chest high, and my spine neutral means that that wooden board would be straight against my spine. And as I conduct my movement, it's staying straight against my spine. Did you see me almost been there still? I'm still learning too. We are all learning something, no matter what point in our journey we're at. So I am personally trying to make sure that I'm keeping neutral spine during my leg movements, which means keeping that chest high, keeping the core tight, keeping the chin tucked, and using that foot tripod. Our last piece of advice for the day, this is something that's going to help with all of those things. A lot of these tips are intertwined because all of our muscles are pretty much connected. So while it sounds like I'm kind of bouncing back and forth, oh, well, why are you talking about your core? Why are you talking about strengthening those muscles whenever we're talking about glutes? Whenever your core is strong, you're going to be able to lift more weights further in your journey than you would if you had a weak core and just strong ass glutes. Because I'll tell you from experience, that's where I'm at. Yes, I've got a big old juicy booty and I'm so proud to have built that my damn self. But I can admit I've had to drop my weight now because my back is starting to hurt and my core is not where it should be. So here's a reminder that even the people that seem like they're at their A game, they're kicking ass and taking names every single day, while they're still in the same space as you, as in we are all learning something. So the last piece of advice I'm going to give, I might stand up in just a second to show you, but tuck your pelvis. Tuck the pelvis. It's going to help so much. I really will stand just so I can show you guys. So we've got the chin tucked, my feet are shoulder width apart, and my chest is high. So right here, it just doesn't look right, does it? So what we're gonna do, imagine a rope. Somebody taught me this. Thinking of a rope going through your spine, taking your hand, balling a fist, putting it at your belly button. Taking the other hand, the same thing, right behind your back in the same space. Now imagine you're holding a rope. With that rope, you're going to pull inwards. That right there, you should immediately feel your core engaged and your glutes ready to go. I'm on my bed, so I can't do a proper squat or anything. With that pelvis tucked, again, untucked, everything, chest high, chin tucked, getting that rope and tucking in, this is how things look. Very, very different. Even standing here, you can practice this yourself. I can feel my body stretching. I truly have so much to learn, and I think it's so important to preface as well that food is key here just as much as your workouts, if not more than your workouts. What you are eating is going to have so much to do with the results you're going to see, even with all of these pieces of advice. So make sure that you are, again, following as many registered dietitians as you can on all your social media, qualified professionals that know what they're talking about. I'm just going to share with you guys my own experience, and I've been surrounding myself with this world for a very, very long time. I have goals within the fitness and health community, within the YouTube fitness and health community, and I'm just at the very beginning of my own journey. So I'm just learning as much as you guys are, and I want to share with you guys everything I learn as I learn it, especially if it's helping me and I'm seeing some results as I have been in the past few years. I hope you guys have the best day. You deserve nothing but the best, and give yourself something sweet today. I'm sipping on a pumpkin spice latte. I made it here at home. It's a dairy-free pumpkin spice creamer with espresso shots. So let's just have a quick taste test before I let you guys go. Cheers. It tastes like fall, but I put a few too many espresso shots in there. Until next time.